All right. So I've thought long and hard all day. I've had to process this. And mind you, I didn't leave Brick by Brick until 3:30 last night. I wanted to be the last person there. I like being the last person present in significant places that are important to me in my life. First, it was Cane's when they shuttered doors. Uh, Brick by Brick when I got laid off. Let's see. Uh, I believe my studio was next in 2019. Then it was Boxing Club last year. Another Boxing Club. Actually, Boxing Club closed for good last year. Now, Brick by Brick. And mind you, I haven't worked there in about 16 years. But seeing how it's impacted people, hearing the stories from people I was meeting for the first time last night, from people I've known that have been going there since the Spirit Club days, that I've never met before, even people that I met one dude, for example, that found out about Brick by Brick only a few months ago, and it made that strong of an impact in his life. That to me was absolutely mind-blowing and amazing. People are mourning this club and the loss in this music community are seen here in San Diego like someone passed away. And it's been very flattering and an honor to be a part of its legacy. I hope the current owners, Jordan and Shannon, go on and bring new life to a new location. Because let's be real, Brick by Brick, a lot of you guys don't realize it's been around since probably like the 40s. I know it was a carpet cleaning factory in the 50s, which is a fun fact for you guys. Only because the owner's son came in as an old man back in 2003. And that's how I even know. Why do you think there was a hand crank on the wall, on the ceilings and walls were so elevated above the bar? It was a music venue called the Spirit of 76 that opened in 1976, which was later shortened to just the Spirit Club. And it was rebranded in 1995 and became Brick by Brick. And then in 2014, it was not rebranded, but rejuvenated and revived in 2014 and called Brick by Brick. And, you know, the new current owners kept the legacy alive. And I'm thankful for that. Now, did I have creative differences and opinions about the way they were doing things? Of course I did. Because we're all unique and we want to do things our own way. And we can be stubborn when it comes to the way we want to do things. Luckily and fortunately, I had a mentor named Big Vinny. For those of you that don't know, I'm sorry to announce that he passed away in 2012, if you didn't know that. But when he died, it woke me completely up, man. Not just for the fact that life is short. I already knew that. My mom's been in healthcare and ICU nurse her whole life. And I owe a lot of gratitude to her, my father who taught me music. But they both taught me to respect and always listen to my elders. Yeah, I've been a wise ass, goofy punk my whole life. Have you ever met my father? I mean, he's a goofball too. Where do you think I get it from? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The proof is in the pudding there. But I'm very fortunate, and every opportunity I've never taken advantage of. Yeah, people think I'm cocky, people think I'm this, whatever. Haters are gonna hate regardless of what you do because they see you out there pursuing your dreams. And I went from a daydreamer to crossing off so many things on this endless list, it feels like. I keep creating new things that I want to do that are not death-defying, mind you, because life is fragile, man. And all it takes is one fraction of a second to make that mistake, like all these fucking kids trying to show off and flip off of Sunset Cliffs. Like, okay, someone just broke their back like 2 weeks ago, and then I just read a report, for example, today that someone did it again. Like, fuck. Do you guys even, like, pay attention when you're on social media? Like most influencers and people just pay attention to their own posts. That's narcissistic as fuck. Look, I am the most self-conscious person. Like, I probably am going to do 100 takes of this. For real, sometimes it feels like that many, but right now I'm free-flowing so naturally that I think this is going to be one of the few times where it's going to be a one-take Jake. And I'm posting this video on YouTube because it's going to be lengthy. This is not a reel. I'm not trying to do this for, virability or to boast because I just want attention right now. No. All the heartfelt tributes I've been seeing are the most realist and humane things I've seen lately, and it breaks my fucking heart that the Brick by Brick is gone in that location. And I just want to thank every single person that has ever supported that club, from everyone that's worked there, whether you had an issue with me or not. Like, I'm cordial, I'm social, I'm diplomatic. I don't have anything against you. Like, why are you going to hate on me? Like seriously, why? You may think about wise ass. Yeah, and whatever. I get a little obnoxious. Come on. At least I can admit that and take accountability. Come on. My name means grace or charm. And my last name is King. How am I not going to live up to that? Especially being in this business we call entertainment. But to sit here and summarize what can be an endless ramble and story about how I love Brick by Brick. I'm putting it all into a book, as some of you know, called The Dating Guide for Musicians. The Struggle is Real. It's not a dating guide for dummies style book or just some, woe is me because I've been single most of my life. No, it's my memoir. And I'm using that spin because the one true love that has never let me down, and the most important thing that I've ever connected with, and what I think is the most beautiful energy in life as we know it, is music. And the one true thing that will always unite us. And Brick by Brick, people overglorified it as just a metal venue. And I am not frustrated by that. It's kind of annoying because Brick by Brick, it was a meeting ground. You guys are missing the principle. It was some of you have been saying that, and it's a home for us all, and it is, but not just for metal, for every genre of music. I took the same mentality I took into Brick by Brick when I started there in 2002 when I was 22, and I turned that into the same vibe with Iacon Sound. I wanted a home for us all, right? I fought tooth and nail, and I sacrificed for that dream alone. A lot of people don't realize all the sacrifices I made. I'm not a rich man, and I'm not a scrub, but I don't value money the same way most people do because I care more about entertaining people than sometimes paying my bills. Don't get me wrong, I got a real job these days, and I'm straightened out since then, for the most part. But I'm still single at this point in my life, and, you get older and you start thinking, like, is it time to settle down? Am I going to meet the right one? I'm an optimist at heart. Everything happens for a reason, and I've made peace with that because I'm always going to follow my heart and follow my dreams. And that's why I love the name of our new beer, for example. It's called San Diego Dream. And I told Scones, the owner of Kilowatt, who I met at Brick by Brick, that is, giving me the shot of the title to live out another dream of having a canned, branded version of something that I created, as a group effort, of course, because there's no I in team. And I told him, I was all, that's such a fitting name for the beer now that I had an epiphany last night. Now that I see all this, people coming up and thanking me, calling me a legend. Like, what the fuck? Like, that meant the world to me. And rather than projecting, being bitter, angry, mixed emotionally, I'm trying to be positive. I may seem like the overly serious, strong, and silent type, but that's how I am because I was raised to be like that, because that's how you survive in business. That's how us Finns are. I'm half Finnish, for those that don't know. My mother's from Finland. She's like that. She's the sweetest lady in the world with a heart of gold, but she is like a steamroller. She's like that movie, Sisu. In fact, that's a great example of what Sisu is. It's not a word. It's who you are. It's courage. It's ambition. It's being fearless. And then I grew up being a kid that was picked on and ridiculed because I had a weird name. And we all have trauma growing up. But I overcame that at Brick by Brick. It gave me the chance to realize that all the popularity and acceptance I want in my life, it's fake, dude. Popularity equals bullshit. Best Sick World shirt ever, other than life is too short for shitty music. And on that note, I'm going to wrap this up because I think I have encompassed enough of what I wanted to say. Long live Brick by Brick. And I'll always be honored to be a part of its legacy. And thank you, Big Vinny. May you rest in peace. I will always honor your name. And that's all I really got to say, man. Feel free to comment on this. Pay your own tribute. Whatever, man. Brick by Brick was a place for all of us. And all I cared about was just entertaining you guys, whether I was on stage or off. I love you guys. Like I always say, I'm here if you ever need me. Someone to talk to, whatever. So, don't mourn the loss of Brick by Brick. Think about the future. And let's see if we can materialize a new version of Brick by Brick, even if it has to have a different name, right? Tomorrow is always a new day to restart again. Never forget that.